Hi, everyone. Welcome to our team call. It is Thursday night at 6 p.m. I'm going to apologize in advance. I have some guests that are not intended to be part of our team call. But I'm going to turn it over to Amy. Amy has been in our team for just over
a year.
Just over a year, right? She is technically under Dawn, who I think just popped in. And she has two little babes that are 4 and 2.
4 and 2, yep.
No, I was like, same as me. I know we're similar, 4 and 2. And I'll let her tell you most of her story, but she came in and right out of the gate, she just had a natural ability to lead, and she had a ton of people join her, and she hit diamond. I don't even know how fast, but it was pretty fast.
5 months.
Yeah. Wait till they pass. Life. This is life, right? But anyway, she had a really quick start and hit diamond really quick. And then she kind of had life, I guess you could say, get in the way, or just had some things come up, and I'm sure I'll let her kind of go into that. But it didn't really stop her from encouraging people through her social media. She still had coaches underneath her. She still had challengers. It was just a little different. So I will let her tell you all about her story, but she is back with a vengeance, and she's been killing it the last couple weeks, hitting Success Club every month, adding coaches to her team. She just signed her husband, and her husband's now an Emerald. Way to go, Ruben. But she's like she's basically an Emerald away from getting her status back to Diamond. And so she's been using our business activity tracker, which we thought would be a great thing to talk about, since we're all health betting biz away right now. So she's going to tell us how it's working, basically how she gets into her power hour throughout a day with a busy home. And I will let her take it away.
All right.
And I'm going to mute my end, Amy. And if you come on late, just go ahead and mute your side too. And we can ask questions at the end. Okay, you are up.
All right, thanks. Hi, Don and Ellie. Yeah, so a little bit, I'll just add just a tiny bit about my story, but yeah, I signed on with Don about a year and a couple months ago, and I was like just gonna do it so that I could be held accountable, because I knew if I was coaching that I would have to, actually do the workouts and drink Shakeology and check in with my challengers. And so I basically went out of the gate ready to go for it, and then I ended up getting a part-time position, and so I wanted to focus on that, and I kind of put Beachbody on the back burner. I didn't really sign anybody up during those 6 months and stuff, and it just really showed me that when you put effort into the business, it does make a difference, because when you don't really put an effort into it, then I just saw my challengers not really participating, and all of my coaches were dropping off or going inactive, and I was getting kind of bummed about it. But once I stopped doing that part-time job, well, it was a little bit before I stopped, I just kind of got motivated again, and I ended up saying that I was just going to do Insanity Max 30 from start to finish. I was going to share the journey on Facebook, and that made a huge difference from when I just started doing that. I was like, I'm just going to start sharing, and this is what's going to happen. Hi, Sayla. And so because I started doing that, I noticed a difference. And before we started doing the health and biz bet, and I just decided to print off the business activity tracker one day. I don't know. I think I just saw it as I was browsing Beachbody or something like that. And I was like, this would probably help me if I actually started doing this. And so we all know about the vitals, but I knew about them. I knew that I was supposed to be inviting people. I knew I was supposed to be obviously being approved for the product and recognizing people and doing my professional development. But in all of that, I kind of didn't really have an organization to it. And I felt like I was just working my business all day, and I was on social media all day, and I didn't really like that. I wanted to be able to break down my power hour and actually do the things I was supposed to be doing. So the business activity tracker, so this little thing, really helped me to get organized and to stay focused on what I was supposed to be doing. It has saved me a lot of time. I actually can do my power hour, and you guys, don't think about it too as in being like you have to do that whole hour or more or whatever in the same amount of time. Like sometimes I'll wake up in the morning and my kids kind of like to slowly wake up, thankfully. So they'll kind of either like read or I'll put on a little show for them. And usually during that time, since they're kind of entertained, I will knock out maybe 30 minutes of my power hour, and I'll literally just go down the list. So it'll be like, add 3 new people to my social media networks, and I'll just do that first, and then add 3 posts to social media. I obviously do that throughout the day. So start 3 new conversations with new contacts. So I'll just go through and find the new contacts and do that. So I literally go down the list and check it off as I go. And so then, I'll do about half an hour, and then I'll do some during the kids' nap time, or if they're not napping, their quiet time. And then a lot of times Ruben is at work in the evening, which is kind of nice for me because I'll put the kids down and then I get to work on my business. I should probably use that time to like veg out and just relax. But I'm like, I still have stuff I need to get done. And so I've started really utilizing that time. And then the business activity tracker also helps me to not get distracted when I'm trying to do my power hour. So sometimes I'll be like, oh, I haven't talked to this person in a while, and I'll like browse their page for a little bit, and then I'll go back to my regular feed and just look at what people are posting. And so that's what I would do before. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be working right now. So the tracker has really helped me to stay focused and organized on what I'm supposed to be doing because I'm actually like checking off each thing as I go. And then it also helps me visually see what I need to do or what I need to work on. Like, I don't know where the other one went. Let me see if I can show you guys. So pretty much talk to 3 people about the coaching opportunity is like my big struggle. I'll talk to maybe like 1 person a day. Sometimes I'll not talk to anybody about it a day, but all my other boxes will be checked. And so for me, that really shows me like, okay, here's where I struggle, and this is where I really need to put a focus on, and that's what I will end up doing first sometimes. So instead of going straight down the list, I'll start with whatever the hard thing is for me, like recognizing, or not that that's hard, but sometimes I'm just like, I don't know how to recognize people all the time. And then talking to people about the coaching opportunity. So it's like kind of a visual to just see what you're getting done and what you're not getting done. And then I also wanted to talk about inviting, because that's, inviting people to the coaching opportunity, inviting people to your next challenge group. And those are all things that actually like move your business forward. It's obviously important to post on social media and to share, your journey and all of that. But for the most part, that's only going to get a couple people here and there, versus when you're actually engaging with people and inviting them personally, they feel like, oh, like she thought of me, she noticed me. Yeah, I do want to join her in that. So I know that it might be scary. Inviting is kind of scary because you're like, I am getting into this person's life, but it's what connects you with people. And that's what this business is about. It's connecting with people, and they may not have ever thought about reaching out to you. So when you reach out to them and invite them, they might say no, but we all know that that usually turns into a yes later on. So how do you start inviting? You start with just beginning with conversations. So one of the things on the business activity tracker is to start 3 conversations. Where do I go with that? I usually go to like on Facebook, it'll have like recently added friends. So I'll go there and I'll start just like, hey girl, I haven't seen you in forever. It's been a long time. What have you been up to? And I'll literally like just send like 3 lines to them. And that's basically it. I get it started short and simple. And what's interesting is I've done this multiple times this month, like just started a conversation with somebody random. I haven't talked about Beachbody or anything at all. I'm just like, hey, what's up? What have you been up to? And then like their next line or a couple minutes later or whatever after our conversation started, they'll be like, hey, so how do I get into this group you were talking about the other day? Or what is this like health stuff you've been doing? So they are watching us, and that's why it's important to post on social media, but to also get those conversations going. They're watching your journey, you guys. And then for there, who do I invite? A lot of times I will go to the posts that I do on Facebook, like regarding Beachbody stuff, like my fitness posts or Shakeology posts, and whoever liked it, I'll go through those likes, and those are the people I will start inviting. Because, I mean, usually people aren't going to like that kind of stuff if they're not somewhat interested in it. I mean, there are people who just like to support us or like, hey, that's a cool picture. But sometimes that's what really gets the conversation going, is to say, hey, thank you so much for liking my transformation post. I really appreciate the support. Hey, by the way, I'd love to invite you to my next challenge group. And I just kind of go on from there. Who else do I invite? I'll pick people from like random posts. Like if I posted a picture of my kids, even though it has nothing to do with fitness, I'll pick those people and I'll invite them, because they're seeing my journey. Obviously, if they liked that picture, they're probably seeing some other pictures. So it's not going to be that random to invite them to one of my challenge groups through that. And the reason why I basically invite from the likes that people do, because it keeps me more focused on my like power hour, instead of like scrolling through Facebook like, okay, who should I invite now? That wastes a lot of my time. So I just kind of like go through and I'll pick through that. I mean, sometimes I'll go through my friends list and just do it that way, but that's how I kind of do my inviting. And then what do I say when I invite somebody? I wanted to share that just briefly, maybe if I can find what I write. So sometimes I'll just do like cold invites, because if I'm supposed to be inviting 3 times a day, I don't always have people that I'm in the middle of a conversation with to just be able to like invite them. So I'll get those people that liked my post and I'll say like, hey girl, I just wanted to say thank you so much for liking my transformation post. I really appreciate the support. And then I'll say like, I'm putting together my next 30-day health and fitness accountability group. Can I send you more information on it? It will be 30-minute workouts and you will have a full nutrition plan. It's going to be a lot of fun with prizes. So thought I would at least offer that to you to see if the timing was right. So I will kind of just, throw it out there to them. Like maybe the timing's right, may or not, maybe or may not be, but that's what I say when I invite them. And one of the other things I wanted to mention was get out of your comfort zone. This is what I think has changed my business in the past like 2 to 3 months. And why I'm seeing so much change is because I've gotten out of my comfort zone and decided to just go for it. Like inviting people is scary. Asking them to the coaching opportunity is scary. People are going to say no, but you never know if they're going to say yes. Like they could just be waiting for the opportunity. And if you step out of your comfort zone and just do it, then you're going to see stuff change and you're going to see things happen. And I was like looking up stuff. I was like, I want to find something cool about the comfort zone. And I saw this quote. It said, in any given moment, we have 2 options: to step forward into growth or to step back into safety. And I just was like, wow, that's so good, because I can just kind of like, I'll post my things every once in a while on Facebook and hopefully somebody will want to join me and hopefully that conversation will go somewhere or whatever. But when I made the choice to step forward and get out of my comfort zone, that's when I've seen growth happen, versus like, okay, I'll just kind of stay where I'm at because I know that it's safe. I know that it's comfortable. But that's not how you grow. That's not how you grow in life in general. That's not how you're going to grow in your health and fitness journey. You have to step outside of your comfort zone. If you're just like pressing play and doing like the minimum work, you're not really going to see results. If you are, showing up to your power hour, but really only like knocking out a couple items on the list, like you're not going to see a lot of growth in that. So it's actually stepping out of your comfort zone, which is what's going to move you forward. And I have a couple little extra tidbits, but I don't know if you want to chime in or anything, Kim.
No, that's awesome. I was just a couple of things that you reminded me of. Oh my gosh, make this notification go away. So in regards to being in your comfort zone, I think so often we're so afraid of people saying no, or we're so afraid of like feeling salesy or whatever. But at the end of the day, like we're not inviting something to somebody. We're not selling something to somebody that doesn't work unless they put the work in, right? And so I think a lot of times we have to use the heart behind what it is that we are offering, and that is so obvious in your posts, in your invite process. I think when you're I'm going to be super honest about something. This is going to be really strange to probably most of you, but I've actually never invited anybody up until yesterday. I I never had sent a like, hey, are you on a health journey? And never, ever, and whether it was just busy or I already had conversations, I always went back to old conversations that had come up versus finding new ones. And I kind of realized, I'm like, I think that the old ones might be really dead. Like I'm hitting up the 2-year dead fish, right? Like I think by now, if they like really wanted to jump on board, they would have. And so I took, a lot of what you guys posted yesterday, and I went and did exactly what you did. Went to a like page, and I just went down the list and found that most of the people who are liking my stuff are either current challengers or coaches, which is fine, not a big deal. But I did find one that had 3 new girls, and those 3 new girls said yes. And it was like, okay, did I just miss out on 2 years of whatever because of my own issue, right? Like for my own and I think a lot of it was just time. I didn't have a ton of time to go back and find things. And in my head, I was inviting because I was inviting people from my fitness page. And, but we have something that could change someone's life. And so I think when we offer that, we have to remember that like we actually have tools. Like, I don't know if you guys have listened to that massive success club. Ellie, I know you shared it today in our team thread with the chick that gets like 100 success club points a month. Have you guys listened to her yet? Tulin or something?
Another call of hers, but I haven't listened to that one yet.
So, I mean, it changed her life. Like who are we to say that someone couldn't say yes to this, and the next thing you know, in 5 weeks, that person's a 10-star diamond and is no longer homeless, or no longer has diabetes, and all these things that this woman had, that we have like a life source. And so I think that sometimes we need to be reminded of that in our daily, like, it's almost like you need to like post it to the top, like, we are a life source, like offer the life, and kind of go from there. So just a little bit about that. And then I love that you said like, eat that frog, because you didn't actually say eat that frog, but you did. Do the thing that you don't want to do the most first, because then it's done and you're going to enjoy everything else that much more, right? Like you're just going to dive in. And I'm listening to Entrepreneurial Roller Coaster, and it talks about how, like, if you're not doing the things that are going to give your business life, stop doing them. Stop wasting your time on things that aren't going to give your business life. If we don't have new clients, we do not have life. Like we're not helping anybody. Okay. So, here's your gentle baby. I'll text you with what you're supposed to do. Thank you. Sorry. Bath time, and we got a new oil. So I think that we have to choose, and like she invigorated, like she brought up a passion to me, like, and same with that Ruth Shalimar. If you guys have been listening to her, like the girl was like, yeah, the girl was like, I want to be a 4-star diamond, or I want to be number 4 in the company, or number 5 in the company, and now she's number 4. Like, these people are going for it, and it's not because they're going for it for the rank, but they're going for it because they want to help people. And I just think that is the coolest thing to do. I'll let you do your tidbits so that I can mute these humans. I'll be right back.
Yeah, one of them was, so what I've been doing is I will offer the coaching opportunity from the very start. Like, not necessarily for them to work the business, but I've signed quite a few, it's not quite a few compared to like a lot of coaches, but for me, I signed quite a few coaches this month just because I literally said, hey, if you sign up as a coach, it'll save you 25% on your shakes every month. And even if, you only plan on drinking it even one more month, like, it's worth saving the $20-something. And so I will literally offer that to them before I sign them up as a challenger. And for some people, they don't like to do that because they want them to be a challenger first and like experience that before they're like a coach. But I let them know they don't have to work the business. They're simply a challenger. It's literally just to save them money. I'm like, hey, I love to save money, and I'm not sure if you do, but I'm pretty sure you like to save money. And so here's how you can do that. And so I literally sign them up as a discount coach from the start. Plus it saves like a lot of the hassle of them having to pay the $40 later and get reimbursed and all of that. So it just saves a lot of time, it saves a lot of hassle, and it saves them money, like basically from the very next month. And so that's what I've started doing. And then from there, that's where I ask if they want to actually, be a coach and start helping people. Or, hey, if you help, 3 people a month, then you can have your Shakeology paid for. And then people are starting to want to actually like do that, which is awesome because we all want to make, to create people that are also going to continue to help people. And so it's easier if they're already a coach. And then, something that a few of us have just started doing was to use the like health and fitness form. And some of you are probably like, I have no idea what you're talking about, but it's basically like this online form that you send to people that are interested, and they fill out like, what are their goals? What are the struggles? They have like a picture, like a before picture of like where they feel like they're at right now and what's their goal body type that they want. And then from there, you send back a personal health and fitness recommendation, like how long will it take them to get there to reach their goals, and what specific workout program you recommend for them. And so I started doing that basically for the month of June. And it may be because of that, it may not be why I've been like more successful this month, but I think part of it is that I've had a few people that have signed up probably because of that. Like if I would have just gone back and forth with conversation with them, it may not have happened. But when they had like all of the information right there for them to see and a video for them to watch, it really, I think, helped them understand like what it is that I'm offering. And I don't have to be like 500 messages into this conversation and then, oh, by the way, here's what the price is and here's what everything is. So it really I think has been helping, because people feel like, wow, she took the time to personalize what it's going to take to get me where I want to be. So I've noticed an increase, I think, because of that. And then it also saves me a lot of time, because I don't have so many messages to go through and be like, okay, well, I'm at this step with this person and I'm at this part of the process with this person, and it's really like kind of confusing. So I'll just send like, I'm so glad you're interested. I'd love to know what your goals are. Can you fill out this form? I write a little bit more, but that's the gist of it. They fill out the form, and then I send it back to them with a voice memo. Hey, I sent you back your personal health and fitness recommendation, and I'm really excited to do this with you. I know we can get you to your goals of blah, blah, blah. And I like reiterate it. Please let me know, within 24 hours, and I'll save your spot for my next group. And that's really been like huge in my business. It took some work to get it started, but it like saved me a lot of time now. So if you're not using those, if you need help with getting that going, ask me, or Kim, I think, got it started going to and stuff. So I'd love to like give insight to that if anybody has questions on that. That's it. Those are my tips. Anybody else have any questions or anything?
I still didn't need to make my Canva form. Was it hard? What? Should we wait for her to stop recording? Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay. How did you link the all access bod link to your page?
Mm-hmm. To the Canva form or whatever that I
yeah.
sent. Yeah. I found this video on Beachbody that has like the all access everything. I can send it to you.
I was trying to look for it, and then I was like, I don't want obviously to link to your page. Like I wanted to go to my own page.
In our team page, I'll post it underneath the call or whatever. I'll post the link to the video that I use, and then in Canva, there's a little thing in the upper right hand corner that has like, it looks like an actual link, like a
the hyperlink.
Yeah, so you click that, and then you use the video in there, and then you have to save the Canva document as a PDF. So when you email it back to them, they can edit it. Yeah, if you save it as like a PNG or any other form, it doesn't let you link it. So
got it.
Good question.
Can you talk about how to enroll people as coaches and then your strategy? I know you started talking a little bit about the benefits financially for them to sign up as a coach, but I've also even just had issues when they have tried to sign up and go through the website and having to refer them to Call, Beachbody to sign up as coaches. So that already creates a hurdle to get through. But I don't know if anyone else has experienced that too, but that has happened to a couple of people that I know. But what are some of the talking points that you have when you want to switch someone over to be a coach?
Yeah, like from the very beginning, is that what you mean?
No, not from the very beginning, but once they're already challengers and they've been really rocking the challenges.
Yeah, I'll basically say that. I'll say that to them. I'll text them or I'll send them a message and I'll say like, hey girl, you are seriously rocking it. Your posts are so encouraging in our accountability group. And that's exactly what I do as a coach. And I think you would be amazing at this. And then I'll either, once they write back, then I'll either give them information about it or I invite them to our sneak peek into coaching Facebook events so that they can look through that and see what it actually takes. But yeah, that's, like you said, if you see somebody that's really like excelling in the challenge group, those are the people that you want on your team, and you pick them out and like, hey, you could do exactly what I'm doing and you're amazing at it already, so do you want to jump on board?
Yeah. Okay. Oh. And do you just give them the website you send them the link to enroll?
Yeah, so if you
do it online.
I'll either do it through BB Links. There's a link in there to enroll a coach, or you can do it through the mobile enrollment. But if they're already your coach, I would just do it through BB Links. If they're already a customer, I would do it through BB. And then even in BB Links, they also have the reimbursement. So if it's a challenger that bought a challenge pack, then they have to pay the $40 up front, but they just fill out that form and that $40 is reimbursed within like 5 to 7 days or something like that, I think. So it won't cost them anything to sign up as a coach. And that's what I let them know too when they're like, well, how much does it cost to sign up as a coach? I basically like, well, it's not really anything. You have to pay the $40 now, but it's reimbursed. So and make sure you send them too.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. I would also throw in there, like when you're building to Diamond, you really just want to, basically any person that you sign up as a challenger that is going to continue drinking Shakeology, they need to be a coach.
Yes.
I think that, I've been a Diamond coach for literally 2 years, and I've never lost my Diamond status because there's so much cushion there. Like I think there's 45 other coach. Like I just keep making sure that I don't even make sure that my Diamond status is going to be lost because I've put so much cushion behind it. So when you're starting out, I think it's so essential just to turn a lot of those challengers into coaches just right out of the gate. And I would say that of the coaches that I sign, it's probably like a 25% turn into business building coaches, which isn't, that's not great, but it's not, that's something. And it might not be initially, like a lot of them, I would say, Dawn, you originally signed up for the discount. Andrea signed up for the discount. Not everybody jumps up and is like, yeah, I want to build this business, but then they see you doing it and they jump on board. Like Leanne has been one of my coaches forever, and she just started, talking about the business. I think that we just have to make sure we're turning those challengers into coaches initially, just to build the team up. But yeah. Well, Amy, that was awesome. I feel like it's so hard because I think people want to see this, like, why are you successful and I'm not? Why is this working for you and it's not? Why? And at the end of the day, I think it really does come down to You know, are you doing each and every vital? Are you, and I think most important, are your posts preaching what your heart is? You know what I mean? That if you're never posting and then you're only inviting, you're going to have a problem. If you're only posting and you're not inviting, you're going to have it has to be a combination, a perfect combination of both, but it has to be you. People will see that and that's what they want to be a part of. That girl that's, you know, has 100 Success Club monthly or whatever, her story is so relatable for so many people. And that's why so many people are jumping on her bandwagon, because she's just letting them into her life. And that's why I think it's so, you know, that's something we as coaches can help people right out of the gate see. You have, you know, I can't be a coach yet, or I want to someday, but my, you know, I'm not there yet, or my transformation isn't there yet. Bring people on the journey. That is like, I mean, gosh, that's just what we have to do. And so I think that's just, you know, the biggest part of it. But thank you for sharing. I'm going to be respectful of time. So unless there's any other questions that anyone has, I'm going to stop recording. Okay, thanks, Amy.
Yeah, thank you.